Hey, Joshi Shiraki with Equity Real Estate and Utah Home Sweet Home, and today I wanted to film a quick video on getting bids and the importance of getting bids from contractors and the difference between a higher bid versus a lower bid and what it might mean. So in my personal opinion, I think it's super important to get as many bids as possible. Now, I don't think you can get too many bids, but I guess a good number, if I had to pick a number, is 5 bids. So I invest locally here in Salt Lake City. I also invest in New York, and I also invest in Kansas City. Now, it's easier to, in my personal opinion, find a good referral of a contractor in your local market because you know a lot of people. But in Kansas City, for instance, where I've never lived a day in my life, it's a little more tricky for me to get good referrals. And through this process of getting bids, I have to be more careful on the different contractors that I work with. So in my personal opinion, the way I like to do it is whenever I'm seeking out a new contractor, I get 5 different bids, whether it's a subcontractor or a contractor. So if I'm looking for a roofer, I'll get 5 different roofing bids. If I'm looking for a general contractor, I'll get 5 different general contracting bids. And here's what I tend to do. I will usually eliminate the cheapest and the most expensive. And believe it or not, the French government actually does this same process. When the French government is getting bids, they will get 5 bids as well. And they'll eliminate usually the most expensive and the cheapest. And that will tell you the 3 middle of what the going rate is for that particular market, because what renovation costs are in Utah are different from Kansas City, are different from New York. So you need to understand what the going rate for contracting is in your particular market, and the only way to do that is to get at least 5 bids. So you're going to eliminate the top, the bottom, and the 3 middle are typically what the going rate is. That's going to help you understand what the going rate is for that particular market, and you'll start to understand when you're getting a bid that's a little too expensive. Usually the higher bids mean that contractor's very busy and he doesn't need the work, and so for him to make this worth his while to come here, do your job, you're going to need to give him more money, and usually they're going to bid higher. So that higher bid is usually a contractor that's oftentimes very, very busy. The lower bid sometimes is somebody who's not very busy, and in some cases they'll give you a low bid to begin with just so you can hire them, but long and behold, throughout the project, they may raise the price on you, which would then basically be equal to the other 3 in the middle. So sometimes it's better to just play it safe and hire someone in the middle 3. Now, price is not the only thing that we go off of course. So you're going to have to build the rapport with each individual. Sometimes I have hired the most expensive guy because he truly was the one who had the most customer service, the one that got back to me the quickest, the one that proved that he could get the project done the way I wanted to get it done. So that personal relationship that you're going to have with each contractor is very important. You're going to have to use your best judgment on that particular individual. But in general, a low price versus a high price typically means that you're dealing with a contractor who is usually very busy, which is why he's bidding you a higher price, versus a contractor who might not be as busy, bidding you a lower price. And that lower price doesn't mean necessarily they're a bad contractor. It just means they're not very busy. So again, you're going to have to use your best judgment. Lastly, once you kind of come to the conclusion of the person that you think you want to use, then you're going to have to do your due diligence, ask for referrals, and search the Better Business Bureau to see if this contractor is reputable, if he has any complaints filed against him, and if it's somebody that you're going to feel comfortable working with. But again, I just wanted to create this video to share with you. I get asked all the time, how many bids should I get? 3 bids is sometimes plenty. I hear a lot of investors typically will get 3 bids. And personally, I think 3 bids is okay in the market that you're residing in, that you live in. But since I invest in markets outside of the city that I live in a completely different state, in those cases, I definitely always get 5 bids. So I hope this video is helpful. Wanted to share getting bids, the importance of getting bids from contractors, and what it may mean when you get a high bid versus a low bid. Thank you so very much again for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have any questions down below, please feel free to put them in the comments section. Again, it's Yoshi Shiraki with Equity Real Estate And thank you so very much for watching this video.